Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the extended monthly forecast for the sign of Pisces, Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising signs. This is a general reading for your sign, so whatever is most prominent in your life at the time of this viewing is what I encourage you to take the messages and apply them to, and I hope that you find them helpful and healing. I'll be using a 7-card horseshoe spread today, in addition to a bottom of the deck card for general energy for the month for you. And then of course we'll get jumper cards from each of the oracle decks for additional messages at the end of your spread. I also want to take a second and thank everyone who watches my videos and takes a second to comment, likes and shares my videos, and for everyone who has subscribed to my channel. That really actually means the world to me. So thank you so much for your confidence in doing this work and for your encouragement to keep doing this work. I really do love it, and I truly hope that it's helpful. So, what does Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, and Pisces Rising need to know for the month of August 2018? Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, August 2018. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising for August 2018. There you go. As this is a general reading, if you'd like any personal concern or question answered, you can always reach me through my email, which is in the description box below, and we can connect for specific questions. We have this gorgeous 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck for you. This is a very independent, prosperous energy for you. So really beautiful to see this here for you. It's a very lucrative energy as well. But I think there's also this sense of being very, very grateful here. Okay? Very grateful. Possibly having worked very hard for your own financial independence. This is quite a secure card as well. There's a great deal of bodily, financial, and material wealth behind this energy. So what a beautiful way to open up your reading for the month. Again, that is bottom of the deck general energy for the entire month. We'll look at that in conjunction with the other cards here. But look at this. Wow, what a gorgeous reading for you. It looks like, especially by the end of the second week in August for you here, Pisces, you have this really amazing rest of the month. So if you're struggling for any reason, especially with some heartache here, or if you find there's some miscommunication or arguments or a little bit of discord, whether that's internally to you, your beliefs or ideas or thoughts, or even the way you communicate with someone else right now, I think it's going to be essentially low level. I think it's going to be easy to get over. We do have this gorgeous 10 of Cups here in your hidden influence. So definitely something is going to be resolved rather quickly. It looks like by, like I said, the beginning of the second week here. So don't give up. Don't give in to past negative energy. Obviously, I don't see this for you here. We are dealing with some major arcana. We have 2 major arcanas here, the 4 and the 5. We have the Emperor, of course, which is the boss, the Hierophant, which talks about vows, commitments, institutions. We have this beautiful 8 of Pentacles here, which is quite well matched with the 9 of Pentacles. And this is a lot of hard work, you know, putting the work in. The King of Wands here, you know, this really passionate spiritual force as your probable outcome. So yeah, in fact, if you're working hard on a spiritual matter, for example, or your own spiritual actualization, I would say that something's going to be provided to you this month. Something's going to become very, very clear for you this month and make itself obvious to you, and you know, very loving. And when I say passion, yeah, it can be a passionate love. Sure, it can be, but, you know, as this is a general reading, it's just, you know, passion applied to really anything. Passion for a lifestyle, passion for volunteer efforts, passion for a new relationship, a new job, a new hobby, because it is followed, rather preceded by the vows and commitments card. I mean, it could very well be a new relationship or a new phase in a committed relationship, which brings you higher passion, higher intensity. I think a dam is going to be broken here. And again, I don't necessarily see that. We are dealing with the Ten of Cups here. I don't mean like, you know, you're like a watershed, like you're going to be upset and there's tears flowing. I just mean like a wall that was built up here is going to be broken down for you, or you're going to be tearing that down at will. I think you've been working hard at this, to be honest with you. And I think you're just going to be so delighted by the end of the month. So I see a beautiful month ahead for you. What else am I seeing here? The only two sort of, you know, the letdown and the discordance here are very early on into the month. In fact, this is your recent past. So, I mean, you're only dealing really with one Swords energy card here, and it's really low into the numbers. Okay, we're under a 6. So it's something that's going to be, it's going to fizzle out really quickly here. And again, some other beautiful energy. I do want to mention that you could be dealing with another Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer individual, and you could be dealing with a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries individual, especially by the end of the month, who really comes, if this isn't energy that belongs to you, for example, this person could come in and save the day, for example, or really help you through something, or see you through something difficult. It doesn't have to be a male. They could have very masculine energy, but ultimately this is a mature fire energy. It's mature. It's something that you need. You can't provide to yourself, or you can't see for yourself right now. If it isn't an external person to you or another agent external to you, and this is your energy, it could be that you have fire in your first 5 planets of your own chart, or in your rising sign, or this is just simply your energy. If that's the case and it's not in your chart and it's not another person, I'm going to suggest this is spiritual awareness, okay? This is spiritual acuity that belongs to you by the end of the month, if this is a spiritual path for you. And we could be dealing, I also want to mention here that we could be dealing with a Taurus. So there could be commitments, purchases, but again, something having to do with a contract. This isn't just, you know, you buying, you know, no bag of chips. This is long-term, very consequential investments and purchases, okay, if that's the case here. We are dealing with some earth energy, so I just want to throw that out there as well. If it is about a commitment with another person, this has been long ongoing, it's long-standing, it's very secure, it's very committed. And its outcome is quite beautiful here. For anyone who's watching, for example, if you're a Pisces yourself or a cross watcher, you could very well be getting engaged or getting married, if that's the case. And I really wouldn't say that had I not seen the Ten of Cups here as a hidden influence for you, and you being so solidly on personal prosperity ground. Like, let's just take all the other cards out of here. We started off on such a beautiful footing, right? This is really solid, independent, financial prosperity and wellness that, yeah, that so much of it that you have to share. And of course, it's sort of, in my view, it's bookended by this beautiful emotional wellness, and then this great hardworking, committed, the roots are dug in, like there's no getting out of this easy. So something really long lasting and solid. So some simple terminology around the cards before we look at them in their respective positions in just a moment. We have heartache, discord, emotional wellness, the boss, hard work, vows and commitments, and then this really beautiful, passionate, mature, passionate energy, and an independent spirit, independent wealth here. So just overall, in general, just the cards in and of themselves are quite positive. Let's get into each card in its position. As I said, the Three of Swords is behind you. This is your recent past. So this is heartache. It's also what I like to suggest around this energy is that it's sorrow that can't go anywhere. I think it's almost like this type of grief needs to find a home, or we need to, it is in your past, so you could very well have already been over this, but if you find this creeping up in your present or future, or it keeps coming around like a little bit of a wheel here, I think there is an opportunity here to put this to rest permanently by giving it a name. That's always a nice idea around heartache, giving it a name, especially if you find it cropping up over and over and over. On the other hand, it is very low on the scale, as both of these swords are. So I don't think they're going to be taking off in a direction on their own. I think they're going to be easily squashed here by this beautiful emotional energy. So maybe let your heart lead this month. Don't get wrapped up in your thoughts, and certainly don't do any overthinking this month, because here in your present is a state of over-examination of what has been said, what has been done. Listen, another way to read this too is to say what's done is done. There's literally no point in even going over it or even rehashing it. Maybe there's not even any point in looking back at it at all. It's almost like driving with your eyes in the rear view mirror here. Something needs to be let go of here in order for you to actually fully enjoy this remarkable emotional bliss that belongs to you, okay? So there could be an element of belief systems here as well. In other words, what do you believe about yourself? What do you believe about the situation? What have you convinced yourself of? What have you convinced someone else of, etc.? Is it true that there's no way out? Or is it just something that you've said so often, or you've repeated so much, or you've had your heart set on for so long, or entrapped yourself by, that it's just become your reality, and now you feel like that's reality or a truth for you? But it's saying here, it's not. It's clearly not. There is absolutely a way out. Okay? And I think it does have to do with the people in your environment. This Taurus, this Leo, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Okay? Here's another Aries card. Here's a water sign card. All right? You could be dealing with a lot of individuals or agents in your environment. If that's the case, I would suggest that these are playing the parts. Otherwise, these are the energies that they bring to the table, or they could be part of your own chart if that's the case. Only you know as a general reading. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you have a second though. So as you're present, yeah, I think this is stifling you, so it's really nice to see you can easily get away from this, and the way to do that, it's saying for you here, there's something enormously fruitful. Look at these two together, first of all. I know they're different suits, but I think there's a thought process that's bringing you down. And I'm going to suggest something, Pisces. Use the energy around this thought process that, listen, whatever you consider bringing you down as, not getting you what you want, making you feel bad, revisiting something you'd rather be closed and sealed, feeling guilty about. I really just fill in the blank there. Whatever is low vibrational. It's under a 6, it's low vibration. In the swords, you want to sail away from this. Look what is available to you. This is your environment the whole month. Independent wealth, independent energy, independent prosperity. This is so, so close, and I never even realized this before. This Knight of Pentacles, at least in this deck, really has, in my view, a lot of magician energy here. I think that you have more going for you than you believe you do. And here's where you're going to spend it. You're going to spend this mental energy, okay, that's been focused. And you're not even going to give yourself a hard time about this. Promise me this, Pisces. Promise me part of this this month won't include beating yourself up for having these thoughts either. Like, don't even do that. No. Wow, I'm having those thoughts. I don't like them. I'm going to do this instead. And every time you catch yourself, oh, there it is again. Oh, I'm glad I caught that. I'm going to think about this instead of Oh, there's those thoughts again. Why can't I stop thinking about? Nope, don't even go down that road. Don't even do it. It's a waste of time. And if you have to, bring a pad and a pencil everywhere you go, and write it all out, because this will remind you, and it'll actually be very helpful in manifesting this new emotionally healthy and wealthy reality that you want. And I promise you, it's a matter of the mind. It really is. It's mind over matter right now. And the hidden influence is what you could be thinking and what you could be believing, which is so much emotional wealth and prosperity and goodness and bliss that you can share it. You can give it away. You can even teach it to somebody else at this point. And you can do it. And listen, when I said that there is some magician energy to this Nine of Pentacles, it's only because it's in relation to everything else I'm seeing here. There is there is a lot of badass energy here, like in the best way. Like, you might surprise yourself this month, Pisces, and I sincerely hope each and every one of you do, because I feel, and there's no tower, and there's not even a Fool card here, I'm aware, but there is a point, because this represents you. The boss represents you this month, and I am getting goosebumps just thinking that you could very well say, and I mean this, by the end of the second week of the month, you might find yourself saying, I'm done. I'm over this. Whatever was haunting me, whatever I was giving myself a hard time about or believing or whatever, I am so done. I am so over it. I can laugh about it. I can laugh about this. This doesn't own me anymore. Whatever that was, ancient history. This is what I truly want. This is what I deserve. This is the vibration I choose to vibrate at, because this is your hidden influence. This is what is available to you. And guess what? These two together, the Nine of Pentacles, independent wealth, the Ten of Cups, emotional wealth. Are you kidding me? This is, no wonder you're going to feel like you're going to rule the roost. Like you are the king of the castle right now. You're the king of your own emotional and mental castle. And maybe that's another way to frame this right now. Like when you stop looking in that rear view mirror and you put two hands firmly on that wheel of the car of life that you're driving, Pisces, and you get to be that boss, I think you'll be absolutely overjoyed at how well you're doing at that, and how accurate and how prosperous and able. Like, I want to point out here as well what Nine of Pentacles is reminding us of. And it's reminding us that you have everything you need. In other words, gratitude, okay? And so this is like lack of gratitude. This is like, what am I missing? This is like, look at all of the joy and bliss that's around me. And this is like, I own this. I create this. It's my job to be the boss of my independent prosperity and my emotional wealth. And this is where I see you saying, not one more day in that cloud. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to let anything bring me down. I'm going to take full ownership. Okay? And I really do feel very strongly that once you do that, and I mean with, full mind and full heart. I don't mean half-heartedly. I don't mean just as an exercise to practice. I just mean, just make a decision and do it. And I think that you will be like, oh my gosh, I'm free. This is going to bring you such freedom because, as I said, the outside influence position here, what incredible hard work. How far have you really come, Pisces? Really far. Incredibly far. You went from the ace, so an opportunity, however long ago, to now in August 2018, the fruits of your labors are felt. You are sitting pretty. How beautiful is that? And you feel it. And you take responsibility and ownership for it. And you might even be a little bit proud of that. And you know what? Go for it. Be a little bit proud of that. don't shame yourself or blame yourself. Cut that out. If that's what's going on, cut it out. It's such a waste of energy. Show a little bit of pride for the first time in a long time or ever in your work, whatever that is right now, personal, professional, spiritual, relational, okay? Something having to do with your body, finances, investments, your home, learning, education, travel, family matters, whatever this is regarding for any Pisces watching. Your outside influence or the influence of others in your environment is look at how far we've come. Look at the roots we've planted. Look at the fruit of our labor. Look at how strong we are. Look at how strong we are. Regarding the artwork, I mean, this is just one instrument in relation to, you know, an orchestra. So this is just one of many things that you're putting into this long-term plan here, this long-term happy home. So really beautiful to see this for you here. And the universe clearly has your back. So stay in highest vibration, show a little bit. Listen, if you can, show a lot and don't be shy. Show a little, at least, pride in how far you've come and what you've done so far, okay? Don't be shy about that. Here in your what you should do. So we've gone from the boss, which is you. What you should do, make a commitment. Commit to this. Choose this over everything else. Another term around the Hierophant, in my view, is vow. None of this has to be legally contractual, although that could very well be the case. Hierophant does rule higher institutions, not the spiritual ones. Sorry, the spiritual ones included. So this could be, as I mentioned, a spiritual path for you. But there's a great deal of leadership here as well. So you could be the one to ask someone to marry you, to ask for the loan, to introduce the concept of a contract. If this has to do with your personal health or wealth, for example, this could be you saying, and it could be literally written down, okay, but all about you, okay? It doesn't have to include someone else, it just can, or a group. But there's ties being made here. What should you do? Make a vow, make a pact, a commitment. Rely on rituals right now. There could very well be a marriage for some of you. If that's the case, congratulations. In terms of engagement or an actual wedding at the end of the month for you. Vows, commitments, contracts, institutions of all kinds, both governmental and religious and spiritual. This could have to do with spiritual texts as well. Something could be gleaned from this. But, you know, minimally contracts, vows, and commitments playing a huge part here. And the wedding rings are here. We have this incense. We have the feather for signatures, and of course the chalice. And she's got wings on the back of her, and she's holding up, of course, the Taurus symbol. So you could be dealing with a Taurus, but ultimately second house, so possessions and assets. Here with your final outcome, this is the gorgeous King of Wands. This is a lot of passionate energy. There is a business or entrepreneurial spirit here as well, but it's the end result. It's the actualization of this. It's the I have my own business. I run my own business. I own a business. I'm buying one. I'm a manager. I'm the boss. But if it's not about something outside of yourself, it could be about a relationship. You're the boss in the relationship. If this isn't the case for you, that could be the person you are in a relationship with, which would be a fire sign. Co-create. Love to see this here for you, especially with the Hierophant here. We never really do anything alone. No man or woman is an island. Maybe that's part of what you're figuring out. Who do I trust? Who do I talk to? Who do I share my information with? Who do I celebrate with? Who do I attach myself to? That type of thing. But co-create, especially here with the Hierophant. I'm having a difficult time saying that this is strictly having to do with one other person. I really believe for most, many, all, Pisces, this has to do with what you're creating in your own life. This is really all about you. Yes, other people will be affected by this. Absolutely. But I don't think it has as much to do with you doing or being for someone else or by someone else. I think this other people will benefit because of how you treat yourself. So co-create. Don't be in a hurry, but also don't sit too long on something. Get away from negative thoughts. Something is waiting to be produced or born. If this is a business or a business venture, I would say that you're going to see the fruits of your labor by the end of the month. But co-create a project, co-create a future with somebody. But ultimately, maybe if you don't have any spiritual background or you're not interested in that or have eschewed that for the longest time, it might be a nice month for you to look into that a little bit more. Maybe something's been calling you or urging you to get in touch with that spiritual side of yourself. I do see this, whatever does occur for you, whether it's financial, personal, or spiritual here, to have a glorious outcome. Surrender and release. So much of this, so much of letting go of the negativity and choosing positive outcomes and feelings for yourself, knowing that you deserve them, is sort of a mind game, especially if you're not used to playing it. So surrender all thoughts of negativity, surrender to your highest good, and release expectations from other people. Release expectations of very specific outcomes that are out of your control. Right? I mean, what I've learned after all these 46 years of my own life, for example, Pisces, the only thing we truly have control over is our own thoughts. It really is. We can't control. There are some circumstances we can, but many we cannot. And for those we cannot, we have to surrender to them and find a way to mindfully work through them to our benefit. So surrender problems, surrender thoughts of lack, and release the need for knowing exactly how things are going to work out or expectations of others. You're just going to focus on yourself this month. Here we have prayers and abundance. I cannot help but think that you're becoming more in tune and aligned with your higher spiritual purpose, or you are diving into this for the first time in a long time. But it's calling you. And, you know, it's time for a reason. This is calling you for a reason. You might even just be starting to feel more comfortable and confident with your own psychic or esoteric or even occult abilities, Pisces. That could very well be a part of it as well. I mean, as much as it rules institutions, it can rule the occult too. The occult is an institution too. So if that's the case, you know, don't give up. Something will really surprise you by the end of the month. An awareness, an awakening, definitely a maturity of the soul. And then, as I said, with the prayers and abundance, yeah, keep that high vibration. Keep yourself in the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles energy. Those are extremely high, very, very potent high energy frequencies. Emotional wealth, financial independent prosperity. I mean, come on. Another way to frame this as well in a couple of words is gratitude. So an attitude of gratitude, that flipped over, where is it? And awareness. You want to be cognizant of your surroundings and keep those negative thoughts in check. Choose, make a vow. I'm going to choose to think this way. And you'll get out of the darkness really quick. Playfulness, to recapture romance. Allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Really happy to see this for you. I did mention you will have something to celebrate at least by the end of the month for you. So yeah, you know, don't forget to be playful. Enjoy this life. You can substitute romance for creativity, relationships, self-love, appreciation, joy, commitments, okay, expansion. Romance, the romance angels really is just all about 5th house. It's just all about creativity, sex, love, enjoyment. But it's also ruled by Leo, so there's a lot of sun energy here. And I think ultimately, romance angels are talking about your best life, your positive life, positive outlooks. So ultimately, the most important terms from this card to me are playfulness, youthful spirit, fun, and shine. So yeah, out of the dark, into the light. Expect more for yourself. Expect better for yourself. I think you're done with the past anyway. I think it's old energy. You're over it. You're the boss now. And congratulations on that. Really enjoy that. Again, thank you so much for subscribing, liking, and sharing my videos. If you have a second, comment below. Let me know how this works out for you. And as always, I wish you the best until we meet next time. Take excellent care of yourselves, Pisces. Bye for now.